Hello and welcome. I am the Restless Kaiser.
And I am Johnny B.
Hi, I'm Poggy D.
And I am Olly.
But together we are
Molly Advantage.
Hello there, folks. All right, let's have a quick look at the comments. It's not that exciting tonight. Josh Wood says he can't be with us. Rosie Raccoon was there.
Hello, Rosie.
Rich John, hello there, mate.
Hey.
Huyans, hello there, buddy.
Hello.
And Tony Holton, a thundery evening. It is indeed, sir.
It is.
A thundery evening. That. Oh, Aled is there. Good evening, my favourite Welshman, sir.
Evening, Aled.
So, what are we up to tonight? We'll have a bit of a chat about what we're doing, and then we'll hand over to John. So, I am going to be building the last model for Johnny B's Team Yankee British. I'm building the forward observer for his artillery battery. John, what are you doing?
This is week 3 of a Galaxy. I'm just basing them up tonight, and then I can move on to the Schlongers. So yeah,
nice.
That's what I'm doing.
Pictures of that later.
Poggy, what are you up to, sir?
This is month 12 of Lannister Guardsmen. I'm just still plodding along with these, you know. I don't do any painting between these videos. That's the problem.
Classic.
You doing anything tonight, Ollie?
I am drinking.
Nice.
that's probably it. Do I ever really hobby? No. So yeah, I'm drinking and watching you guys hobby. I mean, I've got models in front of me, but I'm probably not going to touch them. So yeah,
I like the way you think.
Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, sir, how about you tell me who you are and why you've named your channel after my favourite equipment card in Hero Quest?
Broadsword, the Broadsword. I am Olly from Broadsword Wargaming, a YouTuber, and I do Warhammers. No, I Broadsword Wargaming. Where did that name come from? I wanted something classic, something original, not really, something memorable, sort of. So that's what we came up with. It was going to be, I thought of all sorts of words, but that's what we came up with. So I do gaming content, Kill Team, which is how I know of you guys, because I know you're all Kill Teamerers. Now, we won't start yet. Maybe we will.
More on that later.
Kill Team is new, but more on this. So, yeah, and I paint 2 models from a unit at a time and then move on. So that's my curse.
I hear rumours that you may or may not have a shop opening up.
I do. I'm in the EU now. I'm in Ireland. I'm in fancy Ireland down in the south. So I have broadswordwargaming.com, and on there we are currently selling all of the Geek Gaming Scenic stuff, shill time. We are selling Mantic, Wargames Atlantic, Games Workshop soon as well. So in a couple of weeks we'll have Games Workshop stuff as well. And we've got a first gaming night on Thursday. Ireland's been pretty strict on lockdowns. I've not played a game in about 18 months. I haven't done a battle report in just as long. So Thursday night, this night in the west of Ireland in Castlebar will be a gaming night full of all 5 people that live here will be coming up to do some wargaming hopefully. So yeah, it'll be pretty exciting.
Very nice.
Looking forward to it.
Everyone.
Sounds like fun.
I'm going to roll some dice, actual dice, real dice.
Real dice, yeah.
Nice.
So let's go back to Gamers with Coffee. Good evening, folks. I don't know, Ollie, you and your miss, is it Kira? Yeah. Kira. You're not married yet?
No.
Because one of the things about Gamers with Coffee, they're one of my favorite type of live shows. They're a husband and wife show where the wife beats on the husband and yells at him for getting things wrong. And I love that stuff.
I mean, I know. Sounds normal. Yeah, it's the same for me.
Mrs. Kaiser, who is in bed, says, Pogson, where did the beard come from?
Does she like a man with a beard? This is it. Look, you've been replaced now. 20 years younger.
Buy one, get one free.
I am happy to make that switch up anytime. He's involved any night of the week.
Yeah, you should see Pogson when he's not had a haircut for a couple of weeks.
I look like Gollum.
Subcommandante 73 is here. Roxy the Riveter, good evening. what we got there. Left the curtain open today. My pile of shit melted.
I wish mine would just melt away. Yeah.
A giant plastic hill. Mate, you never know. You never know. Send it over to Luke's APS. He'll do something with it. He was drinking his last video I watched the other day. Says Rich John.
I do normally drink in these videos. I do apologize.
Glenn Fallon. Ollie's
Hello,
best
Glenn.
work is while he's drinking.
Always.
Broadsword.
Broadsword.
Oh,
Hey,
we've got your fellow Irish. The whole Irish brigade is out.
I brought all of Ireland with me. There's three people.
It's my land.
You and Dwayne. Good evening, mate. What is the crack? The crack is good. Scar comes out from under his rock. You say that, Roxy. When was the last time you made a video?
Yeah.
Bill Ronan says, hello, people.
Hello, Bill.
Nick Games, good evening.
Hello,
good
Nick.
Evening. I'm not going to keep up with this, am I? Going to paint some Pershings for Flames of War.
Well, that's a game I've never played yet, Flames of War. I've never had a fiddle with that. It's like little mini tanks and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah,
absolutely, yeah. There's some great videos on this channel called Modeling for Advantage, mate. You should check it out.
What channel? Don't know.
Modeling for
I've muted
Advantage,
them. Yeah, got rid of them. Removed from recommendations.
All of Ireland is here now. Absolutely. All three of us. Right then. So I caught up with the comments.
All three of us. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Ollie.
I'm sorry, Ireland. I didn't mean it.
You're not even really Irish, are you? Come on.
Obviously not, no. Good day, sir. Welcome, top of the morning to you all.
You guys should have heard his Irish accent earlier. It was quite
Amazing.
entertaining. It was deeply offensive, and I'm not Irish remotely.
So I get the two boots from the roof. Kira's upstairs. Go, what are you bloody doing? Shut up.
So, you know, it hasn't escaped my notice. You've been doing this for a similar kind of time frame for us. About 2 years, is it?
Yeah. So I think I put my first video out just over 2 years ago now. I had the studio actually for nearly 7 months before that. It took me that long to piss around before I finally realized like how to turn a camera on. I'd never used a camera prior to any of this. I'm an actor by trade. So I've been in front of cameras, but never actually, I didn't own a camera. So I was like, okay, I thought I'll get this place.
Yeah.
We'll do this. We'll give it a go. And I was like, right, how do you turn it on? And then I was like, it took me a while to learn that. And then what an edit is, how to use the computer. So I've learned all those things as I've gone along. So yeah, it's just over 2 years now. I forgot to celebrate my 2 year anniversary actually. So we'll celebrate it tonight with more.
But you have, you know, I mean, you've leapt well ahead of the Rat Pack in that time, Ollie. And I wonder if you've got any feedback for, you know, rookies like us who just watch your channel's amazing progress and think, oh, I wish I was as good looking as Ollie.
You are as good looking. Look at you. Add all three of you together. You're as good looking as I am. Do you know what I mean? So that's it. There goes minus 20 subs, right? So everything you have to say gets recorded in subs. There goes some there. So Ireland is lovely. So we're back up 3 now. No, so I don't know really. What you know?
Is there a little website that you can order Chinese people to like subscribe to you? Is there something like that?
Yeah. You pay £100 a month and you get 50 subs every time you pay. So I'm $1 million down, but I'm nearly there. No. Do you know what it is? It's be good looking and charming.
Is that what it is? And blatantly very modest. Yeah.
Good lighting and makeup. Boom.
You have fantastic lighting.
I'm in my living room. This is my living room.
Like on a 3310 Nokia. You look fantastic. You're like I'm watching a movie film.
It's taken me to be fair. It's taken me a while to get there with cameras. So I know you guys. Did you not upgrade recently to a?
I was using a handy cam for a long time because it's easy, simple to use,
accessible.
And with the lockdown, I bit the bullet and bought a DSLR camera. I remember we chatted about it at one point, and I was like, they're just so much more difficult to use.
They are a ball ache, and it takes I'd never used a camera a couple of years ago, and it's taken me a long time to learn. Unfortunately, I've got a few friends in the film world who helped me out a little bit to begin with.
Right.
And yeah, but since then it's taken a lot of learning. But I think I've realized I've reached the quality of camera I like that is affordable. That's within my price range. Like if I want to upgrade now, we're talking silly money. So I don't think I'm going to go past what I've got. Sure, I might upgrade. All my cameras are relatively old. None of them are brand new. They're not video cameras or anything. They're just DSLRs. Yeah. But I think I found a good leverage now between sort of the how to use them and to keep it simple and also to get a reasonable picture. You know, there's plenty of people out there with better cameras and better visuals. I don't have the best understanding of lighting or anything, but I'm getting there. So I think that's a really big part of it. So you've gone for a 750D, haven't you? I think, which what you picked.
Yeah, that's the main camera I'm using now.
And that's what I use. Any of my battle reports, most of my videos was off a 750D, bar the latter ones. But even my current camera, my best camera, is pretty much the same, just has a few additional features. So you're well on the way there. I just think it looks better. It's harder to use though, isn't it? It's the juggle you go between webcam, handycam to DSLR.
The transition, moving from one to the handycam, you switch it on, but then again, you know, I look back at some of the old videos and it's like we smeared the lens with Vaseline and stuff.
Right, yeah.
You
just get that crisp quality from it. So I mean, that's definitely part of pushing the quality up. So I think you've gone well on the way now. So I think a 750D is a lovely camera to use. My cameras all have the same sensors as yours. I've just got a few additional features, but it's the same shit.
And a few more, right? Because it seemed like you started out with at least 4 to 6 of them.
So I have 6 cameras right now, and I've not used them for so long. I've not done a battle report since a year March because of lockdown in Ireland. It's been pretty tough since we started. So I have 6 DSLRs now. I have like an overhead, over dice box, hand one on each player, and I've got a wide shot as well now. It's a bit ridiculous, obviously. But I'm looking forward to editing those again, spending 100 hours editing battle reports out again. That'll be exciting, wouldn't it?
Do you have them synchronized in a way that they all start at the same time?
Do I bugger? No.
Because that's really time consuming.
If I want to upgrade, that's the next upgrade, man. Like that's log format, that is. So where everything, you know, they're all time coded. So they all, whatever time it is in real life, that's when they start and stop. So I spend a good few hours literally downloading all the footage off my cards and then putting them into different turn 1, turn 2. Sometimes I either stop and start them all at the same time. So if something's going on and they're checking a rule, I'll just turn them all off and start them all again. It's better than sitting. I sit on, you know, a battle report can be maybe 6 hours of footage for me. So linking them all into turn 1, 2, turn 2 half, whatever, each player, blah, 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 intros, outros. It just takes, I think my first video took maybe 160 hours of editing and, you know, got rid of it now. My first battle report. They're getting quicker and I'm better at it now, but man, that's the price you pay, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. And those production values do show. You know, there's a cinematic quality to your stuff. And I look at, like, you know, you played a Kill Team game with Luke at one point, I think.
That was good.
And I was watching it and thinking, this feels like almost every move you reset the cameras.
Yeah, pretty much do. I think I've moved on a little bit now, but
every soldier that was acted with was in close. The background was blurred. I was like, okay, I now can grasp what is involved in doing this, and this is a fucking day to record a 20-minute video.
It's a 30-minute game can take like 4 hours to record, you know. Like, it's a bugger, but I've sped up a bit now, and I think I've not done one in so long, but I've come on a long way myself now, I think, with learning cameras and stuff. So hopefully the next ones, I think I've got a few ways to speed the process up a bit and you know, get a little bit off the workload. What have you guys been working on then? What's going on over your end of the world at the moment? How's what are you working on video-wise and stuff? How's
Well, we're out of lockdown. We're back into making battle reports, and we're trying to get sort of pop those out the door. There's a lot of we have a model as a channel that we sort of take starter sets and develop the game from there. So you have that early player experience, you know, learn the game with us. Yeah, there's very few games. Videos that do really well is like learn to play Warhammer 40K.
How to play Warhammer? Yeah, that's what people want to watch.
But I realized that we can't do those because we don't know the games very well.
Here comes my horrible admission. I think I've not played 40K really since 7th edition. I played one game of 8th and I played one game of 9th. I don't know how to play 40K. I don't even own a fully painted army, but you know,
that's not a bad thing.
So yeah, we're very much with that. So we've done a bolt action. We're very close to breaking one of the many glass ceilings there are in YouTube. Is that one of our bolt action learn to play video, which was made between the 2 lockdowns in the UK, and actually the main audio with the microphones failed for whatever reason, and so we just had the onboard camera audio, but I had no way of recording another battle report potentially for months, so we put it out. Because of the topic, it's our first video that's going to pass 10,000 views.
Yeah,
and it's going to do that in the next few hours.
Plus, it's the kind of video as well that will just continually go. So I think for me, for YouTube, you have like one-shot videos and evergreen content, right? So videos that like a how to play or battle report or board build. People always type in board build, how to make a hill or whatever. And then you get things like kill team update. Like that's a one-shot. Do you know what I mean? Hello, Marcus. Yeah, they're like your one-shot videos. So they might get somewhere quickly and then they'll be dead. So like I think you've got those kinds of content. So for me, the more of those kinds of videos I can get, the more that the more constant search word saturation, SEO bullshit videos you can get, the better. Yeah.
SEO bullshit videos, mate. It's a bit brutal. Some of the best I've seen on YouTube.
Brilliant.
That's very kind of you to say.
So you're allowed to swear. It's fine.
Oh yeah. Wait, is it past 9? It's past 9 o'clock now, isn't it? In England, we're the same time zone. It's fine.
Yeah. One of our big challenges is the fact that we're in what is effectively the second bedroom in my house.
Yeah.
And there isn't the space in the room to get cameras both sides of the board, and we're increasingly running into problems, and we're starting to rethink how we deploy armies and play scenarios, because it's just too far away from the camera.
Yeah.
A lot of the action, because you get your shot is like this, so we've learned not to play in the front corners.
I think we all deal with the same thing. I don't think you've seen a game on my channel yet where it's short, long ways to long ways. It's always short to short. Do you know what I mean? Just because of like in my new place now, I've got a 360-degree sort of filming area, but not quite because I've always got a dice box. But it's easier for me to film, short way on short. There's time
when the play has moved really to somewhere that's quite, and there's also no space for backlighting either.
Yeah.
And when you get like the camouflage tanks on the grass terrain type boards, they're really not clear.
Yeah. What tank?
Good camera, and they're like that. That is not clear what that is.
Something we will always be working on.
More Dutch angles. Oh my gosh. Now, we did film one battle report where we did have the cameras at opposite sides of the table, and I'm watching it back. I found it really disorientating.
What was that? One of the kill teams, wasn't it, with James?
It was one of the... it might have been.
I feel like it was one of the kill team games, his Necrons and whatever, or it was something or other. But yeah, I found that a bit weird as well, because it was so similar, the angle, that when it did slip, you're like, what the
I think that's a big thing for me, which is why, I watch a lot of battle reports, really. They can be quite disorientating. It can be a bit like, wait, I'm looking at what corner now? So this is left, no, right. And that can be quite confusing. So definitely. Yeah, look at that. That's true. Look, Roxy, the close-up. We want more close-ups of you and your beard. This is the one. There you go. Look at that. What we want. Sex appeal, isn't it?
Play more SPQR. We have recorded another SPQR and the campaign update, Marcus.
Yes.
In fact, the members have already had a sneak preview of that, and we do have magnificently named new heroes in that.
Can I invite myself over and play SPQR?
You can. You do need to be prepared to create a warband with knob-based commanders.
Right. That's okay. I'm all right with that.
I've worked out the name for the druid, by the way, John.
What is it?
Viagrix.
Nice.
Viagrix.
I needed to get that kind of medicine man thing in there. Viagrix. Much for edit and film their battle reports and move around the board, hand seeing the overview too hard. It's very much a view that we have is that the main reason I hope viewers watch our stuff is because they enjoy the banter, that the two guys ripping into each other and enjoying the experience. So we do film the full thing, and we do have the principal shot is as much of the board as you can. Brilliant. It is a slow way in terms of the end video is very long.
Yeah.
But I think when we try to do it otherwise, you end up cutting out all the banter and all the joy is sucked out of the game. Yeah. And you're not watching us to learn how to play the games well.
I wouldn't call myself a competitive channel. Do you know what I mean? Either no one's watching me to be like, right, okay, this is perfect. Like I made the wrong move. Do that. I agree with that. Pick up book 7 there in the middle. 7 from the middle row across there. I want page 48.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one.
What is that?
Michael Asher. Cartoon. Look at that. Pick this one up cheap, and it's got a picture of Chinese Gordon on the back.
Page 48. That's what I want.
Being killed at Khartoum before Field Marshal Lord Kitchener goes and puts down the rebellion. Page 48.
Find a sexy bit, a saucy bit in there.
Yeah. Something dirty.
Yeah. Voltaire. That's what you want, isn't it?
This is about the campaign against the Mahdists in 1888. Omdurman.
Well,
There's nothing sexy in
make
here.
it sound sexy.
People were doing it in 1886. Do you know what I mean?
Not well.
Well, no. Chinese Gordon never married, so obviously they think he was gay now because that's the only option. It's totally a binary system. If you didn't get married in history, you must have been gay, obviously.
I'm sure he was still doing it. I'm sure. Make it sound sexy. Yeah, here we go. Go on.
Yeah.
Abdullahi was the youngest of Torshan's 3 sons.
Oh, yeah.
Little is known for certain about his childhood, though it seems that he was a poor scholar and never learned to read the Quran. His father despaired of him even remembering the verses for her daily prayers. Abdullahi did, however, learn to write charms by intimidating Torshan, though without fully understanding the letters. There was nothing dishonest about this, since to the tribesmen it was not the meaning, but the form of the symbols that carried magical power.
Beautiful. Look at that for a passage
Eid
there.
Mubarak, ladies and gentlemen. Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak indeed.
Yes,
sir.
it is indeed. Although for some it is tomorrow.
And there we go. You can tell people you've read that book now.
I have read that book.
No, has it got pictures? I'm not reading. If it's got no pictures, I'm not reading it. Hey, Frost and Fist. Look at this.
Frost and Fist are here. Good to see you again. This is a member. He's already
Brother
a member.
Mythos?
I thought you already was. Does that mean does that mean he unsubbed and he's just come back in? Just so he can get the glory?
Is that what it means? Is that what
Yeah,
it means?
is that Brother Mythos, isn't it? Is that over there?
It's always Mythos.
That's Mythos, yeah.
Well, Ronan, there is kids still watching. Well, I can't protect them from the vulgarity of the universe, can I? Hey there, beautiful people.
It's definitely not me.
No.
Oh gosh, we should whiz through these as quickly as possible. Sorry, guys, and then we're going to look at some pictures. Bedtime story. There is on. I have another YouTube channel which I just use for videos for work because I work in a school. If you'd like to hear me read you a bedtime story, I did do that for World Book Day.
Oh, beautiful!
I read some flash fiction, which is a great little story.
Put me to sleep.
No one can beat Johnny B. Sound effects for MFA videos. Skidoosh, mate. That is a fact. I mean, because ultimately, as complex a systems as we might play, we're still guys that want to go like, pew pew.
Yeah,
and we enjoy the laser line pen a lot more than the game.
Yeah.
Does Viatrix use Word? Uses
Yeah,
it on
blue
code,
Word.
mate.
Get your Word out.
Oh,
that's a sharp comment, that isn't it? All is for the best in the best of possible worlds, isn't that?
That's
it is.
Voltaire's
That's Voltaire, right? Because that's what Harris reads. Yeah,
oh, right. I was going to say, it didn't first appear in Sharp.
No.
Gigantes fallacies, the next hero in SPQR. Another suggestion for a gladiator we've had is Testicules. He will be making an appearance. Right. I'm going to share some pictures and we're going to talk a little bit about Kill Team. Well, no, let's first talk about John's. While we're talking schlongers, let's talk about John, because we didn't get to it last week and I felt mean. So here we go. Look, what we're looking at here, John.
Right, so this is week 2 of the Slingers. The base colours are on, the flesh is there. Some of them I actually completed. This guy ended up with a check top, and I hated it so much I've repainted him, and you'll see him a little bit later on. But yeah, this is just them, and you can roll through. Got some of the Gallic / Celtic fashion there, you know, with the stripy pants and whatnot.
Oh, what you're not telling them here, though, John. These guys don't come with these slings. You've kidnapped these, right?
No, that is a true thing. These are the Warlord Games Celtic Dude Bros, and the slings are actually from the Caesarean Roman kit. And yeah, you just chop their hands off and stick it on. It's a pretty good scale fit between the kits. It's all right. Yeah, he's the best head on the sprue, man.
Mate.
He got a bit of a shaved head.
He's
cool. And then
he needs to go.
Seems appropriate for this channel now. I've gathered you in half an hour.
That's from the Schlonger unit, not the Schlinger unit. We're not doing that yet. How did that get there?
How did that get there? Don't tell the missus. We're all into whatever we're into now. It's fine.
That is Phallicus and Penix Magnus.
Yes.
our two newest heroes, which are battling it out or have battled it out already in the second episode of our SPQR campaign.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're the actual miniatures for it. We named them, if you've seen our most recent end cap video, which is the first of the campaign doofers, where we buy stuff, roll for casualties, blah, blah, blah. And these two are named, but you haven't seen them. So there you go. That's what they are.
Now we have.
Is out for members, for those that are members.
Yes, true. Members
it's not that they're getting it exclusively, it's just members of a certain rank get a preview of videos to come.
True fact.
Must be cold in the house. Yeah, I'm sure. This is my only tip for SPQR really, is to get more lethal units, get more heroes. Don't, especially if you buy the starter box, it's easy to kind of build an army that isn't very interesting to play. For the Celts, I would 100% advise you take as little armor as possible and as many guys as possible, so you're different to the Romans. But
it sounds
just
ridiculous,
in general,
but it is actually quite effective having large units of pretty much naked Gallic
one shot and blown. Yeah. And having more units is important. What's the armor rating of that Merkin?
Ooh, yeah, no. +7 for a Merkin, isn't it? I think,
+1. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. All right, so that's those. That's the SPQR.
Well, they're looking nice, looking lovely.
Looking nice.
I've seen a penis now. I wasn't expecting that when I looked in.
Me.
That's what they look like.
Edge highlighted as well, mate.
I've never said.
For anyone that doesn't know, while we're on the subject of Warlord, their prices did go up this week. And I want to just wave another Warlord product at you. We had a poll a while back saying if we played a naval game if we started painting some more naval miniatures over the summer, what would people most like to see? And overwhelmingly, Black Seas was what they wanted to see. So we're going to
be Black Seas or Armada, right? They're the two Navy games at the moment.
I think Armada is the same game.
Is it just basically the same, but has an orc on it?
Yeah, same mechanics, unit cards. Yeah. So we're having a look at that. But on the subject of Warlord games, I think something like 12% they're going up their prices. It's not insignificant. So you'll find with a lot of retailers, they'll still have some stuff at the old prices. If you're wanting to get something soon, I'd get it. And it's the same with us. On our web store, our Warlord products are 15% off. And we will keep that price probably till the end of the month until we start, replacing them with ones that we had to pay more for. But that price up increase is coming.
I think that sounds fair, right? Like you have a store, I've got a store, we've all got stores, everyone's got a store, and it's tough, right? And the margins are pretty tight for yourselves and for myself, and they put up 12%. I know everyone wants more discounts, and I think we all try to facilitate that as much as we can. Ultimately, we're all hobbyists, but it's been a weird year, isn't it? So and as a business model, actually, I've no idea whether we're selling more miniatures than we normally would. Are things actually going really well at the moment, despite the huge supply problems? Yeah, because people have had a lot of time. It's hard to know. Brexit boys, blame the bigots. That is my Aunt Janice you're talking about there. All right, Joel, how you doing?
If there's something about Brexit that I wish I never had to experience, discover quite how bigoted some of my family members are that I used to think were all right.
Can I just say, I now live in Ireland, so I moved over here. And then in October, like whatever year it was, 2 years ago. And so I've been here for just over 18 months now, like 20 months. And since I moved up here, I've started a shop and tried to do stuff. Brexit's been a bit of a nightmare. Everything I do now costs me VAT on import. I have to pay 15 euros, no matter what it is, for handling fees, which is bullshit. 5 euros for something else. Like if I want to order something from the UK, basically any miniatures ever or anything, or like I order, I don't know, a 3D printing thing or some foam, everything costs me like €1 million now. So
wow.
I had to change my driver's license now. I no longer have a UK driver's license. I have to change to an Irish one. So that cost me £100 and 3 hours waiting to get it swapped or whatever. God knows what. I've not travelled back to
the UK. You can't get a driving license in the UK at the moment. By the way, they're all on strike.
Yeah, probably. But like I've got,
waiting for hers back for about 2 months.
I used to travel to the UK every couple of weeks before I moved over here. For like 10 euros from East Midlands to Knock, and I've not been back, obviously due to COVID, which is fine. But if I go to an airport now, what do I do? Like, I live in the EU now? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you
that's
foreign,
fucked,
mate.
basically.
Go
Yeah,
in the
I'm
go
foreign
in
now.
You have to go in the like I might have COVID box. It's like, nah, we've got
I'm-
plenty of that of our own over here.
Yeah, shut up. You guys are doing just as well as we are. So, yeah, it's a bit of a bugger, isn't it? So, you know, we'll see. But it's not been great.
Right, so on to the main feature. I think we'll talk about this.
What is this? What is this madness?
Look at this. What's this, David?
Yeah. Have you got any of the stats or the cards or the pictures of them?
Well,
What you got?
look at this. What is that?
Can I just point
three-sided
out?
shape for one? Yeah, you point out. Go.
I'm just going to point out the thing that already has really annoyed me about this. So I was sort of trying to look into it, and I was trying to figure out what the hell things were. And then the first thing I saw was this little, obviously I've forgotten what it's called, a pentagon. So there was this little pentagon. And I was like, what the hell does that little pentagon mean? So it means that it can fire 6 inches. So its range is 6 inches. Who decided that a pentagon was going to represent 6 inches? So that's already annoyed me immensely. But other than that, yeah, so these are the shapes that are going to represent the range of certain weapons. Now, they might represent the range of other things as well, but from what I've seen so far, it's just weapons. So, for instance, there's a flamer that's going to have a 6-inch range. But actually, interestingly, on the flamer, going deep already, but the flame is going to work slightly differently now in Kill Team, where it's also going to have a little white circle next to it. And I can't remember the name they put next to it. Anyway, Torrent, that's it. And it means that if there's another model within 2 inches of the model that you're shooting at, it can also hit that model. So you've got like a chain effect going backwards, possibly. But that's for the shooting. And actually, interestingly, because you were talking about the which is Flames of War and tanks, the firing mechanism is actually going to be very, very similar to tanks. Have you seen this, Johnny, yet?
Which bit?
The shooting mechanism.
It's a series of dice. The weapons have, or your model have attack stats, right? So, is it the weapon or the miniature? It's the weapon, isn't it? So a lasgun is like 3 dice to shoot.
Well, shall I show you the next picture? Because I don't think.
Have you got more?
I don't think I don't think there's a difference between the weapon and the model.
No, this is what I quite like. So
every model now is a unique data sheet.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, I'm liking it. It's a bit more Warcry-esque, this, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I just really like that concept of that is what that guy does. Here's the model for it. It does this. So, because I felt with Kill Team before, suddenly you'd be fighting some guy. Oh, sorry, did I not tell you? He's also my fighter, which means he does this, this, and this. And it's like, well, he looks just like the. I really like the fact that that model does that thing. I think it's really nice.
Yeah.
And that's very Warcry.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's really funny. So, literally a month ago, I sat with Michael and we were talking about there's a possibility of an update of Kill Team. And he just said, I just want it to be like Warcry, but with guns. If they can do that, it would be fantastic. And it kind of looks like what they've done, right? It looks like that's the direction they've gone in. But yeah, a new so the range sort of mechanism, the shooting mechanism is very similar to tanks. So it's you roll shooty dice, and the other person rolls savey dice, and then they've got to match up. So if you get a critical hit, a 6, that's got to match up with a critical save.
Yes.
You know, I've been taken through a game of tanks by a student at school, and it kind of makes sense. It seems like a quite quick, easy way of doing things, so I'm happy with it. And I was actually telling Michael today earlier, the melee I think is quite interesting. So the melee happens at the same time. So let's say so character A attacks character B. Oh, hello. Character A and character B, roll at the same time. So the character A rolls his 3 attacks, character B rolls their 2 attacks. So if A hits with 2 and B hits with 1, A can decide they can either hit twice and do their damage, or they can decide to parry B's hits, that kind of thing. So I'm sure, you know, I'm very new to wargaming, really, and I only play 40k or old school Kill Team. So to me, that's very new and very cool, but I'm sure sort of seasoned gamers like you will go, oh, that's just from that game, or that's just from that game. But for me, I think it looks great. I think it gives some nice options, you know, bit of tactics, bit of technical stuff. And to go back to that box, the box looks insane. It looks fantastic for what you get. You get two really interesting, good-looking armies that look like, through the mechanics, are going to work well together and against each other. Very tactical. And then you get a huge amount of terrain. It looks fantastic. Yeah. I'm really excited for it. And we were kind of talking before this, Ollie. I think you were saying, I think this is the game that I could actually get my wife to play. Yeah,
like having got Kira to play stuff, you know, she's always like the artist side of stuff. She's never painted models or anything, but she's quite arty and she likes painting. So she wanted to paint something and she prefers fantasy stuff. So when she nicked one of my Warcry teams for my pile of shame, obviously stole my models, bitch, and then painted them.
Otherwise, they'll be grey plastic, I'm assuming.
Yeah. That's not the point, though. They're mine. No. Yeah, that's fine. You know, we played a little game of Warcry, and I actually did it without any of the initiative stuff, none of the extra abilities, none of that kind of stuff. Just you've got move, strength, attack, damage. That was it.
Yeah.
And we go alternate things. So I think this is going to be perfect for making a move into. We tried to do kill team basically, and it's just so complicated. She's like, right, so now you've got 7, 4, 9, D6, 3. I was like, okay. It's not bother anymore. Yeah. So now with Warcry and I think they finally got this right in that it's simple enough, but I think you say like the mechanics between parrying and attacking keeps it interesting. And there is a lot of strategy in Warcry and in this, despite it being simple. So I think they've got just enough complexity in this to make it interesting for seasoned players as well as for new players, not too complicated. Now, like you said about the symbols, why the hell a triangle is 2, a circle is 4, a square is 1, and a hexagon is 6. I don't know. Yeah. But, you know, I guess for us who look at things like inches, they have said you can still, hey, Nick, how you doing? I have said you can still use your tape measure. But I think getting rid of the tape measure for new players is probably better because I think a tape measure is a bit like I'm my geek with my tape measure. Do you know what I mean? Where other people are like, oh, I've got this stick now. And with board gaming sort of really kicking off, I think making it more like a board game. So, you know, if this was on hexagons, that might be simpler, but it'd be a bit weird. But like having a stick that says, right, it's this or this or this, that's what you can do, might bring in that newer audience who are board gamers or computer game people who maybe don't play wargaming. So, you know, trying to remove that, like I've certainly gamed for 20 odd years. I'm sure you guys have gamed for a while as well, but we've all fought through that stigma when we were younger of like, oh, I've got my Games Workshop box and everyone's going to bully me. And now I think that's gone. So hopefully this can bring new people in. And I'm like yourselves, I'm dead excited for this. I mean, I know you love Kill Team as much as I did. I think it's going to be awesome. The models are looking great. They've done a great job on the animations. I don't see why it shouldn't sell well. There's still enough there to keep me going, and it's great.
Okay, why it shouldn't sell well? Well, there's a good point there. Why it wouldn't sell well is because it costs £200, possibly.
We don't know yet, I suppose.
No, we don't.
We don't know yet.
They did that with Necromunda, and this is Subcommandante is very, very good question, very good point there. See, Games Workshop still haven't decided what they want as their introductory product, which is a real problem. They got. Then, if you follow the other news, they have like cut down games that only sell in places like Barnes and Noble.
Yeah,
you know, in places, and you can't actually buy them from wargame shops. They have those, and then they have which was my last picture, which I was going to talk about. They have these sets, like the Recruit Edition for 40k and
Command or whatever they are,
And that this edition of Kill Team, it might be a better introductory game or a better gateway game, but I don't think they're trying to market it as that at all. I don't think that's. I think that they're trying. That's a game for whom, to their core audience, who want to have a better quality, smaller game.
Possibly, very maybe. I mean,
the tournaments and things like that. I think Kill Team's always had him the half-hour to 1 hour game, which 40k cannot be, and it's not in their interest to reduce the model size of the competition game.
Absolutely not.
That's not what they want to do.
And I mean, you look at Kill Team, and I've fallen foul of that. Like, you know, if you want to buy whatever a decent Space Marine army or something, or a Necron army, you need to buy a couple of boxes, right? You want some of these snipey dudes, some flayed ones, and before you know it, you've got 4 units. You think, right, well, I've not paid 40k yet, so I guess I'll buy a commander, and now another box of that, and I've got 500 points. Oh, we'll do that then, and then you're in. So there is a bit of that. Like, you know, I've got things in there. I think I might as well just buy a couple more custos now, custodians, whatever, and then I've got an army or some few more Tau or a couple of units of Grey Knights. So there is that dual use, and I think whatever they've done with the New Age of Sigmar probably falls. I mean, it's exactly the same as the 40k, isn't it? Your command editions, recruit editions, whatever they are. We've seen Games Workshop growth, right? Like profit growth, share growth, everything over this past year and a half. Whatever they're doing it right, aren't they?
Their price is astronomical compared to other games companies. There's no doubt about it. But their models are beautiful.
Yeah. But then you look at even other stuff. I mean, I agree. Like, I'd rather everything was cheaper, 100%, and we all would. But like, people are paying it, right? And you know, I was even talking to Kira the other day. Like, she's into like makeup and she's quite enjoying like cosplay wigs and stuff like that. Like, that's just expensive. Like, makeup is so expensive, and she spent whatever, like 40 quid. I got this eye stuff for 40 quid. I was like, and then once you use it, it's gone. At least I've got a unit. Do you know what I mean? That has resale value or something. Cars, I don't know. So I mean, I definitely agree. That, like, my God,
Games Workshop relative within the hobby. I've got and the interesting thing about Games Workshop is, so they're often criticised or even accused of being liars. Is Games Workshop for many years has said that they are a model company, they're a hobby company, they are not a rules factory, and that their entire business model is designed on selling models. The rules are purely there to sell models. You're like, but people playing the game, right? Saying, well, actually, there's lots of people who don't play the game very much at particular points. They don't like the edition, they don't have the time, but still collect the models.
That's me.
I mean, I was very down on the beginning of 9th edition, the direction it went with all the extra rules and stuff.
Same.
I'm still buying shit.
Same. I tell you, like, I paid a lot of 7th, and I still pay a lot of 30k, which is 7th edition, right? Horus Heresy stuff. Yeah. And that's what I know. I barely played any 8th. I'm telling you, I played one game of 8th and one game of 9th, I think. And like, do I even care? I just love Space Marines and like Eldar, and I love miniatures. So I've got a ridiculous pile of shame. It's not painted. I'm a foul collector of stuff, but I like
foul collector.
You know what I mean?
Or a collector of foul.
Collector of foul bullshit, right? Like, there's my mortgage there or whatever. But like, I just like miniatures. So like you say, there are definitely, like, I know you played a lot of other games and I've played a few. There are definitely better rule systems out there than 40k, 100%. But it's not. It's the most popular. Like, I lived in Nottingham for a while. It's on the side of the trams. Like in Nottingham, it's Warhammer. Come here. Games Workshop, come here. They promote, they market, and this is where other companies maybe don't do as much. Like, I think, having played for a long time, they went from a while, years ago, from being a hobby shop. You go in there. I used to spend when I was like my teenager, spend your Thursday night in their game, get to know the staff, buy some paint, whatever. And then they went completely business orientated, and they're like, right, screw you. We don't want you in anymore unless you're buying something. Buy this now. Buy this Eldar now. Buy it. Are you buying this stuff? No, right, okay. And now they've sort of clocked on that I think a lot of people got annoyed. I don't know the ins and outs of their business model, but they've sort of given the appearance of, and probably are now, back into a hobby place again. We have Warhammer TV, we had Duncan, we had all these things that reignited that. We're a hobby company now. And, yes, the prices have risen. And I didn't enjoy the price rise when lockdown happened and everyone lost their jobs. I thought that was a bit cheeky to put a land raider from 50 quid to 60 quid. But it's part of it, isn't it? I don't know. We can all moan and we can do whatever, but if we stop buying, we'll stop buying. But are you going to stop buying, really? Yeah.
No, I'm not. And it's funny, because it's the thing about wargaming as a hobby. I think is there's a collector component to it. Even when you're not that interested in a particular game system or army, you still kind of have your eye on the fact that I still don't have those two figures.
Yeah. I've never played Age of Sigmar. I've got a full Sylvaneth army. I just think they look cool. I'll have that then.
And if they brought out a new model, you'd be looking at it.
Yeah.
The Great White Twig will be purchased. Whatever.
Yeah. Going
going to fit any army I've possibly got, or I'm never going to really be able to use him. But I'm going to buy him because it looked amazing.
I might just put it together, but at least it's there, and I can go, I got that, and that's cool. One day I'll paint that one day.
Didn't know we'd met before. Brilliant. Okay.
Yeah. Hello.
But for you, David, though, that Great White Squig, it's going to be like your Stomper or Curly Mike's Mephiston or many people's Imperial Knight. It's going to be that big, intimidating model that you never quite finish painting because you're not quite happy with it, and that you kind of couldn't be happy with it. Do you know what I mean? You want it to be magnificent, and therefore it will always intimidate so many people, and I'm one of them. I don't buy those big showpiece models because I know that I would just keep looking at it and thinking I've not got the time or the skill to make this look like how I want it to look.
Have you seen this, the new Orc sort of super truck thing, killer?
No.
The sleigh.
The sleigh.
It's like a big thing pulling it. Yeah, it's like Santa's sleigh with a big grav gun on or whatever.
I looked at that, and it is obviously brilliant. So orky. They've done a fantastic job. I looked, I was like, no chance, because I'd hate having to paint something like that. It would just upset me. I like, I like the littler models, something I can take my time with. It's why I love that Pain Boy so much. I painted that for days, just because you can take time, little details. I like that. The big stuff scares me.
Yeah,
just like
intimidating.
I think my new trick has been so for me, certainly for this last year, has been the airbrush, man. Airbrush. I was scared of it for so long. I had it for nearly a year before I used it. I was like, oh god,
don't like you.
Airbrush. What is this?
In airbrush.
I'm terrible for that. I leave stuff on the shelf. I buy it. Like Luke will tell you from Geek Gaming. Like I'm always, I've got this new thing. It's like, cool. Are you going to use it? I'm like, maybe. And like 6 months later, I'm like, right, I'm doing it now. So you pull this button and then this. And actually, the airbrush is dead simple. And it's just the best thing I own. I think now, like even my shit one, I got it for about 40 quid from Amazon. It's fine. I did 25 videos with that and painted armies with that. Like, I hate using the paintbrush now. Just airbrush everything. It's done.
Does it speed up the process in general?
I think it does, and it also makes it look. I can't wet blend. Do you know what I mean? I'm a shit painter, really. But airbrush, you can look like you can. You go, oh, I'll spray a bit this here, and a bit that there, and you go, oh, that's light there, nice shadows there, and you go, yeah, perfect, done. Now paint a few shoulder pads, done. Like it's just. Like, I don't work for an airbrush company. Do you know what I mean? But God, I love it. Like it's just the way forward. And like it's just mad. But I'm scared of big things because I mean, you look at the quality of painting now on Facebook in any of these groups, and geez, when I started like 25 years ago, whatever wash edge highlight was amazing. But God, everyone is a bloody show painter now, and it's quite intimidating, isn't it? I don't like putting out painting videos because everyone just says you shit, don't bother. But like I'm okay. But man, there's some solid painters out there now, and the quality is so good. So many good painters in the community. Yeah, it's great. It's wonderful to see.
Well, get an airbrush then. Thanks very much.
Do it. Get an airbrush. Even that 40 quid one. Do it. Try it. Like, it's not scary. What the worst you do is like, I didn't break it. I thought I would. Like, just get an airbrush and go. You can use Games Workshop paints. Yeah, use Games Workshop paints. Get an airbrush, some thinner, some cleaner, whatever paint you've got. And just go like that, and you'll start off and you go, "Oh, that's a bit shit." And you look at someone else's, you go, "Mine doesn't look like that." And then you'll go, "Right, what am I doing wrong?" Okay, quick Google. There's a million YouTube videos. There's YouTube videos everywhere, right? Like,
for everything,
and you just do that, and you go, "Oh, I just do this now, then." And then you go, "Oh, I've got black on now." And I look at my first models. When I first airbrushed my first thing, I was like, "That's amazing. That's so good." I look at it now and I think, "Oh, I wish I'd done this now. Like, I could do that now." And it's like a brush. It's a new tool. But God, it's helped me. Like. I can't pay for shit, but an airbrush makes it look like I can. So, it's perfect. And that's my sale. So if you want to buy airbrushes, use my affiliate link below. No, not really.
Your video.
I would buy airbrush company. No, but genuinely, it's such a tool. But as a
I'll tell you one thing I saw from this kill team. The snipers actually. Because one of the things that kind of annoys me sometimes is you get, I think you were talking about it before, you do all of these die shoots, do all of this stuff. And at the end, there's this save roll that just saves it. It's done. I think they've introduced at least one of the snipers for the Krieg guys, that it's just, if you roll a 6, that's a mortal wound. Actually, I think it's more than one mortal wound. But it's just, it's the concept of a sniper's actually a very dangerous thing.
Headshot. Boom.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just this idea of no, it's a headshot. That's it. That's dead. Yeah. There's no saving. There's no this. There's no that. You've lost a mortal wound. And also this idea of a lot of their weapons. There's no maximum range. So they just hit. It's anywhere on the board they hit. And I just like those tweaks. I'm excited about it. I'll be disappointed if it's 200 quid. That'll upset me immensely. But
you still buy it.
I think they're great.
I was alive. Like, listen, we've got this new box set. You want to buy this? It's only £1,000. £1,000 now. $9.90 from FLGS. Oh yeah. Buy. Sell car. Goodbye. Sell child.
I mean, the thing you can't argue with the thing, like Alid's just said there, that that Hit the Beach starter set, 35 quid. There's like 15 tanks in there, 20 bases of infantry, some cannon.
Well, what's the Warlord one? Band of Brothers, right? How much is that one?
The Hit the Beach one, and it's not called
Band of Brothers.
Band of Brothers one, about 70 quid, I think. Less than that on our web store, modelingforadvantage.co.uk.
Oh, very good.
Well done. There you go. I'll lead you in there. Buy that available from modeling from these guys. Buy them. Yeah, that's great value, isn't it? Really, for a starter set. So we can't, we do know Games Workshop are ridiculously priced, but they are very good as well.
Yeah.
But interestingly, though, when you say that, like Games Workshop models are expensive, and that's absolutely true. Like recently, we've had those heavy intercessors come out, and they were £10 a model. But you know what? Flames of War have put their prices up. This FV432, these are £7 a model.
Wowzers.
Yep.
And that is a Space Marine Eliminator, which is £10 a model.
Yeah, it's not much in it, is there, really?
No, and you say Warlord have gone up 12% or whatever. Like it's part of the world, isn't it?
Yeah, 12% is a big hike there. I might be misquoting, but I think that's what they told us.
They are quite cheap. They are quite cheap too, aren't they, Warlord? Really, they've been too cheap for a while. Like we just said there, you can buy a starter set for 60 quid. Like, okay, maybe that's too cheap. Yeah, but I'm definitely hyped for Kill Team, and there's a lot of stuff that's come out about. I've not played Age of Sigmar. I used to love old fantasy battles. I'm still one of those, like, where's my word? Get rid of Warhammer 4, you bastards. But, like, maybe it's time. I mean, those models are pretty damn good.
As soon as you start playing it, they're going to bring out the old world again.
Yeah, so. Bretonians are back.
They are working on it.
Yeah, I know that. Kislevs are there, right? Bretonians have been announced. That's exactly what's going to happen. They go, get rid of those square bases. We don't want them anymore. I'm all in on Age of Sigmar. But now come back to old world again. Right. All those Age of Sigmar are gone again now. Haven't even painted them anyway. Who cares? New inbox.
Speaking of Australian dollars, though, as Paul has mentioned it, I recently we did a little test. I was on the chatting with Harry this morning. We are now experimenting with selling our merch internationally. So we set the mug live, and I got in touch with Harry from Fog of War. Said, "Can you buy one? I'll refund you the money. I just need to test if it actually works and what happens at our back end." It did work. So if you wanted to buy yourself a Modeling for Advantage mug as well, with all the shilling tonight,
chill,
available internationally.
Are the companies going to be able to? Is the distribution company going to be able to handle that potential extra selling point?
Oh, there's suddenly that 1,000 people want a mug. You mean?
Could be 1 million units in a day. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I reckon they probably could handle the amount of extra units. These zero extra units they're going to sell. Yeah.
What website? What website do you go to? Sorry, to buy those.
Modelingforadvantage.co.uk.
Chill, throw dollars.
I'm not normally nearly this bad, Ollie. You're obviously a terrible.
It's me. I'm sorry. Yeah. So I'm from Broadsword available in the EU now. Now buy it now.
Buy now. Absolutely. And more people can buy from you than from me. You're in the EU.
I know. Woohoo!
Yeah, I'll buy from you if you are cheaper. I can almost certainly ship you stuff for less than the prices you're talking there, Paul. Yeah. We have got 7 minutes left. So where did we get to? I have built the FV432. I'm going to put a little dude in it. Is that speed, John? John, where'd you get up to?
I'm finally through the slingers and can now put some real time on with the schlongers. So that's good.
David, of the 100 Lannisters that you have to paint, how many are we up to now?
Yeah, so still on 3. Show
us them close, David. Come on.
Here's one of them. I've just agraxed the crap out of it, so it now looks all right.
Magic juice.
So yeah, no, it's good. But what I've realised, I don't have any skin pigments. All of my skin pigments are green.
They're all orcs.
I only paint orcs.
Poorly
so
Lannisters.
Pop to the shops and get some. They're lovely little models actually. So I've got the worst little camera in the world, but they're shaping up all right. They're looking a bit more realistic now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Try to be quite tidy. But yeah, I need to get some skin pigments. So I've got some browns, so I might just make them of a darker hue. I'll just do that. That would be a bit easy. Saves me having to
Nice.
get COVID.
How many cinnamon fireballs have you glugged your way through, Ollie?
As many as he has done Lannister men.
At least 3.
Yeah, that's that gone. I'm one beforehand. I'm
Blimey.
so I've been busy. Do you know what I mean? I've done that.
On
I've
fire,
sat
mate,
here. I've done looking and talk and reading. All
You're
three.
looking great. You're doing some lovely looking.
I've done my reading, writing, and arithmetic. My 3 R's.
I mean, look at the quality of that camera there. Look at that.
And
Look at the man. Look at his beautiful blue eyes. The beautiful
Thanks.
lights in the background there.
Am I in focus on it? Out of focus. Ooh.
Oh yeah, it is a little bit. Oh yeah. That's
Bring
good.
out.
definitely could be running a 90s gay bar though, with that.
Yeah,
look.
it's called the blue oyster, right? Isn't that
Ollie, remind the beautiful people at home about where they can find your channel and other than your boyish good looks, why they should come see you, the stuff that you do.
So the reason you should come to me is I'm nearly 34. I've still got all my hair mostly, probably receded a bit now.
All
So
right.
that's important. Next up, YouTube. Go to the YouTube. Chill. I am Ollie from Broadsword Wargaming. This has been a video for you. It's just great really to chat to you guys as other kill team friends in the world. We've not met before, so it's been exciting to chat to you guys. Actually, I know we've commented and messaged a few times, haven't we? So it's been,
absolutely. It's
been fun.
I was just starting this gig when I found your channel, and you were covering Kill Team when it was buzzing. So we have talked about it casually. If the opportunity comes up, and think we might get some games. Might fly over to Ireland.
Man, I'll be coming to England.
I'll be
coming. Yeah, it's so cheap. 10-15 euros at worst. I think I got €16 return once from East Midlands to Nottingham. It cost me more to get the bus from Nottingham to the airport than it did to fly. Mental. If I'm coming over, I'll pop over some kill teams one day or some SPQR.
Definitely.
Or I got my Polish bolt action all painted up. They're here. I did them.
Oh
in the
mate,
video.
we love bolt action. It's our principal game.
1,000 points of those. I've got some Bulgarians. I've got some Hail Caesar. I've got some Conflict 47. We've got Gates of Antares. Come on, man. Let's.
That's on the to-do list. I've got the figures back now from. She's in the channel. Gamers with Coffee. Ashley painted them for me.
Oh, beautiful.
Lannis Stokes. So we will be playing Song of Ice and Fire on the channel when David has finished painting the army, which could be a while.
2 years' time. All right.
3.
Yeah, 2, 3.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. No, I'm getting into it now. I'm getting back. It's
Go
fine.
watch. I mean, I've said this before, Ollie. You've watched Game of Thrones. I mean, you're a human, right? You have seen it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, all of them. Yeah.
And would you broadly agree in these twin observations I've made in that show? It's one is the quality of the show, particularly the writing, decreases massively over the course of the series from season.
I think it does this. Yeah, it does this, right?
Oh, cat.
It falls off a cliff in the last couple of seasons.
What last episode? Don't know. Yeah.
But also, side observation, the titty count drops massively during the course of the show.
Is that important? I think by the end they go. We see Jon Snow's peachy butt, don't we? At one point at the end there.
Peachy bombs. Yeah.
Put me to shame. I've been doing squats now. PT been there squatting away trying to get Jon Snow butt. Would you broadly agree?
Broadly agree.
Broadsword.
I
also quite like the miniatures. I've not played the game, but I am a little bit like they're still bringing out new models now, and the season's been over for about 3 years. So I do feel like they could have hurried up a tiny bit maybe with it. But the game looks awesome. I've not played it. I've got the box set obviously, but have I played it? No. But it looks great. So the models are awesome. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys nail out some Game of Thrones because we'll have the new season soon, won't we? We'll have the new season of whatever it is, Flamey Ladies and stuff. So
whatever it is. Yeah.
So you guys can hit that. You guys can do that. Nail that one. Get a How to Play out there.
Boom!
Didn't they literally just cancel that though? HBO were like, do you know what? We're not going to do the Game of Thrones prequel thing.
Did they?
I think so. I feel like I read that randomly on my feed today.
Oh, no.
I mean, wasn't it like the most successful TV series ever or something?
Yeah, it'd be stupid, right? To
cancel that though.
It could be something else completely different.
Everyone wants the 14th season of Supernatural now instead, so we're doing that now anyway.
We're all moved on emotionally, spiritually.
Does anyone know when they were going to set it? Has anyone actually read the books?
What, Game of Thrones?
They were going to do the prequels. was just like, when?
Oh, I don't know actually.
No, I have no idea. Because it's a big old history. Actually, I think I once actually sat down and tried to read the history of. Wow, yeah.
Olly's broadsword is a porn name.
I've got no trousers on it. I'm just wearing a PVC thong at the moment down here as well. But that's that's additional content.
I had felt that we should have like a special feature when you got guests on, where you get everybody to vote, and it's like, is the guest wearing pants or no pants? And then like halfway, they stand up revealing whether they're actually wearing trousers or just.
There's a bit of knee for you. Look at that.
Oh,
saucy.
You just reminded me I need to get on with finishing those Perry Desert Rats miniatures. They got their knees out so manly.
Manly legs. I haven't got that. But... Actually, on Kira. So Kira, my partner, she does a Twitch stream, and she recently hit a milestone.
She's the one with manly legs, are you?
She's the one with manly. No. She hit a milestone. So now all her audience decided I need to do a stream in drag on her thing. So she's going to drag me up like a RuPaul style, and that'll be great.
Nice.
No one's wearing pants. I do drag up for World Book Day at school. David can attest to that fact. Would you not say I was beautiful, David?
Oh, it's one of the most
Alice in Wonderland
I have to see on the because it doesn't. Obviously, he leaves the beard on purpose. Is it Alice in Wonderland you did?
I've done Alice, the Queen of Hearts, and Little Red Riding Hood.
God, haunting is the word.
Ugly Sister next, right? Isn't that the one?
Well, I mean, I double up in that role in each instance.
Oh,
yeah.
Just you on Saturday night.
Stuff like that is obviously kids are kids. It's a high school we work in, and so when I did the Alice in Wonderland one, with the blue dress and the pinny, I'm doing a corridor duty. I'm just standing at the top of the staircase, and there's these kids coming up the stairs. As they turn the corner, and they're confronted seeing me there in a dress, and at least one kid, he just couldn't cope. He just turned around and walked away.
How is this?
I'm using a different staircase. Most of them just laughed, smiled. But the kind of troubling bit about it all was, I'm a fairly progressive, open-minded guy, and about that year, about 10 o'clock in the morning, I was like, these clothes are actually more comfortable than my usual work clothes.
Tights are lovely, right? I'm not going to lie.
They are.
Freeing and restrictive at the same time. All in the right places. I've done my fair share of shows in theatre.
Right.
I love some white tights and some pull-up shorts. Lovely. Sorry, Roxy.
Wow.
Right.
Before we lose all of our subscribers.
Yeah. Minus 20 again. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Next week, but tomorrow we've got an unboxing. It's a Combat Patrol box. It's been out for a bit. Adeptus Mechanicus, but Curly Mike, our resident Warhammer, the guy who actually knows the rules, is reviewing that for you. Adeptus Mechanicus one. On Friday, we've got a Flames of War battle report coming out. Bagration, 1944 Soviet offensive on the Eastern Front. Whether the IS-2s and the Stalin tanks can defeat Panzer Lehr, we will see on Friday. Next Tuesday, we've not got a special guest. We've got a special guest because an old friend of mine, Woolly Mike, who I used to wargame with on the Isle of Wight, is going to be on the show because he's going to be in the area that weekend and he's going to play a few battle reports with us.
Hey,
awesome.
In his real life, he's a chartered surveyor, does boring stuff. But in his free time, he's an American football coach. And so we got Callum on, and we're hoping there might be a little bit of Blood Bowl talk next week, which John likes, but I don't know anything about. So I'm going to let them sort among themselves.
Huge Blood Bowl fan here. Love my Blood Bowl. Massive
Love
fan.
your Blood Bowl. Yeah.
I love it because it's so swingy.
Yeah.
It has been a great show. I've had a good laugh. Olly, you've been a fantastic guest. I hope you've all enjoyed yourselves this evening. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and consider supporting us on our website if you wish to for a final show. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.